Gracie Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, Mikke Kar. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Modelo Brew for those with a fighting spirit. Mikke Kar's in blue, Diego Sanchez is in black. Oh, uppercut from Sanchez.
Mikke Kar opening up with power in his strikes. You could tell right away he's looking to land big bombs on Diego Sanchez. Diego has been in a lot of wars, and he wants to test that chin.
Right off the bat, Kar using the right strikes. High kicks and long 1-2s down the middle. And then fire an uppercut as Diego has to come into the pocket. Those are the keys for Kar.
Good knee to the body, good uppercut by Kar. Good right hand again.
And you can already see a different confidence in the striking of Mikke Kar since he aligned with the likes of Joe Schilling, Eve Edwards out there in LA.
And he does look a lot bigger than Diego right now. So as much as Diego doesn't think it's about the size, he's small right now in the sense that he's moving backwards and he's not fighting his style fight because Kar came out very aggressive early as he should.
Kar is throwing everything into these shots, though. We got to remember this is a 3-round fight. Diego is known for his stamina and durability.
And to your point, Kar resets, takes a big deep breath about a 1 minute and 10 seconds into this one.
So how much of this has to do with experience right now, Joe, do you think, too?
That's a very good question. I mean, the real thing about Diego Sanchez is that he's been there, done that. He's been to the trenches, he's been the hammer, he's been the nail. Mikke Kar really hasn't at this point in his career. A lot of this is new to him. He's got a lot of confidence, he's got a lot of skill, but does he have what it takes to beat a guy who's a real veteran like Diego Sanchez? That's what this fight is all about. So far, Diego is swinging wide and stiff, and he's having a hard time closing the distance. And as he's doing so, there he goes. Now he's got the clinch.
As this fight moves on, Diego's just got to adjust to the strikes that Mikke's throwing, not get hurt, and as it goes on, I think it goes into Diego's favor. He can just drag it out, and he's very durable, and I've seen Diego a lot of times in his fights. He'll let guys almost beat him up until they get tired, and then he just turns the tables on you.
Kar fighting for position here, back up against the fence. Sanchez changes levels.
He's got a Darce, though. He looks for a Darce. He doesn't have it, and Diego's on top now.
And something that Diego said is, listen, this guy likes to be on his back. I'm going to keep him there. He plays jiu-jitsu. He doesn't wrestle. He won't be able to handle my pressure.
Yeah, Kar at times has accepted the bottom, as Sanchez put it. About 2.5 minutes gone by here, round one.
And we saw in the Craig White fight, in Diego's last fight, that he still has outstanding top control, outstanding ground and pound, and he has the ability to hold these tough young fighters down and beat them up. And that's what he plans on doing today to Mikke Kar. Now, the question is, how is Mikke Kar's stamina going to hold up with Diego and his relentless pursuing of him and taking him down, dragging the ground like this? How much energy is he going to expend trying to get back up to his feet? How much is this going to take wind out of his sails?
Right. And it looked like while Kar was protesting maybe that Sanchez was grabbing his glove, Diego able to take him down. Kar back to his feet.
Very nice roll.
It was a nice Granby roll he attempted, and Diego Sanchez kept the hands locked around the waist, so he was able to follow. That roll usually works in wrestling because you're not allowed to lock your hands in wrestling, but in fighting you can keep your hands locked, and that's why Diego Sanchez was able to keep it, follow, and keep the pressure going. Kar keeps reaching over across to the outside arm, and that's what's giving up the takedown to Diego Sanchez. He needs to defend the takedown with a whizzer and not reach across to go for the Kimura. That's why he keeps ending up on his back here.
Elbows to the body from Sanchez.
This is Diego Sanchez's game plan. Right now, he feels like everything is going according to plan. This is what he likes. This is the kind of fight he lives for. He loves these crazy, wild ground exchanges with ground and pound, with him on top, beating opponents up. He's in his glory right now.
You're exactly right, though, Joe. Diego can do this all night.
Couple warnings for interlocking his toes into the fence for Mikke Kar.
We got to realize this. We're dealing with a guy who has 41 professional fights versus a guy who has 6. I mean, Mikke Kar has a lot of potential, but this is what we wanted to see. How does he handle a real veteran and a savage one like Diego Sanchez? And right now, it's going very well for Diego.
And Joe, to touch on what you said earlier, Diego's been able to hold a lot of these young up-and-comers down. Well, he trained with Saulo Ribeiro for over 2-3 years nonstop to get his black belt, and that's what this pressure comes from.
Well, Mikke Kar did not get his first round finish. Round 2 coming up.
It felt like the city was closing in. It would take a miracle to make it out in time. But we weren't about to give in. Because we were driven by something different. And the road we chose, it led us to freedom.
Make your getaway with intelligent all-wheel drive in the Nissan Qashqai.
Attention, Team Alpine Credits. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to approve this client for a loan. If you own your home and need a loan, we can help.
At Alpine Credits, if you own your own home, you get approved.
Engraved on a Nation continues with a Northern touch on TSN. This program may contain coarse language and scenes of violence that could be disturbing to some viewers. Discretion is advised.
All right, back live for round 2. A moment ago, Mark Goddard reiterated the warning to Mikke Kar for interlocking his toes in the fence, but the Sanchez corner, Joe, feels really good about the end of that round.
And rightly they should. Mikke Kar was very, very tired, sitting on a stool, breathing heavy. Diego looks fresh and energized, and he's got the momentum. The success is going his way. This is what he wanted, and this is what's happening. He's beating this guy up. He took him down, smashed him in that first round. This is vintage Diego Sanchez.
And now we're going to see the striking be a lot more evened out, because now Diego is able to get him tired, and so being stronger, being longer, having good technique all goes out the window when you're tired. Lack of conditioning can make a coward of us all. Who was it that said that? It was a famous football coach.
We'll get that for you, Dom.
Thank you. I forget who it was, but man, is it true.
Nice kick to the body from Sanchez, and immediately raises his guard as he retreats.
And this, you see the punches of Mikke Kar look very labored now. He just took a big, deep breath.
Oh, big left hook lands by Mikke Kar. Huge. And that's what Diego always does. He keeps his head right there, and he does eat some huge shots. And if he's not careful, Gall can knock him out.
Sanchez feels like his durability, though, is going to be a lot better now that he is back in the welterweight division, as he was for his last fight, a win over Craig White.
Good knee by Diego Sanchez. Mikke Kar might be hurt.
Diego Sanchez.
Oh, he lost the position.
Gall is exhausted.
Oh, he really is.
Just so you know, he is exhausted.
Because he had a tremendous opportunity there, and he couldn't do anything with it. And now Diego recognizes that, and he's all over him.
And Diego will not get tired here. This is, once he sees blood in the water, he doesn't stop attacking. And he aims for exhaustion of his opponents. That's how he likes to beat you, just to get you tired and grind you out and make it ugly. And we're seeing that right now.
Sanchez again drags Gall back down. Less than 3 minutes now to go round 2. And this is when Sanchez smells blood in the water. He recognizes he is dealing with a fatigued and maybe compromised opponent a little bit.
I think he's very compromised. I think he's exhausted. And you can see his movements are very, very labored here. Look at that. I mean, he just laid his head down there to take a big, deep breath. And Diego moves into full mount. Micke's in big trouble. And Diego Sanchez can do this for days.
Right.
He also has something that Mikke Kar's previous opponents don't have, which is excellent submission defense. I mean, he's a well-trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
And that's mixed into wrestling that he started with first, and he added jiu-jitsu to that, and now he could take people down, hold them down, work from his back, submission to submission. He's mixed his martial arts and grappling up very well, Joe.
And again, this is what Diego loves, being on top of guys, beating them up. And this is his game plan. And Mikke Kar's really without a solution here.
And it's awesome because realistically, Mikke Kar has the technique to keep up with Diego Sanchez, but Diego just nullifies it by making him tired as fast as he can.
Diego back to the well with that elbow.
Mikke Kar's in danger of being stopped. Diego's moved into mount again, and there's still a minute 20 to go.
Big elbows
Diego
there.
is just smashing him.
He's just a couple steps ahead of Gall in all these grappling transitions.
And Gall is not getting any breaks. There's no rest here. And he can't recover. And he keeps getting more and more diminished with each shot that gets landed. And Mark Otter's taking a very good look at Mikke Kar. And he's flattened out here. This could be the end. This could be it.
It's not looking good, I'll tell you that, Joe. It's not looking good.
This is it.
That's
This is
over.
it. That's it.
Diego Sanchez stops Mikke Kar!